Hello everybody and welcome to round 4, race 2 here at Brands Hatch Grand Prix for the MVP Bimmer series, and welcome to the reverse grid race. Bazinga lines up on pole position, alongside him on the front row is Steve Stones, then comes Radaban, Marshall, Fat Pickles Bro, Racing Snake, Equal Pants, Pilo, Adam MVP, Toolstu, LS Dano, KB, TKM Spadders and M&T Samuel. Of course, West and Thundercat can't make it to this round, so they'll be missing out on some crucial points. Who's going to get the whole shot on this first of our rolling starts, with Bazinga lining up at the front? So, first rolling start, so it's going to be a bit more spread out at the start, which will make life harder for the drivers at the back end of the grid, but who can get the best? Bazinga, the Santa Cruz driver, on pole position, starting to roll towards the start line, with Steve Stones in second, the TKM driver, the Mentalism driver of Radaban in third, as they now start to accelerate as they cross the line. Bazinga holds the advantage. The number 66 and the number 77 of Steve Stones will be trying to chase them down. Radaban there in third, with Marshall trying to close up, and also you got Fat Pickles Bro, so two Infinity Decal drivers there in fourth and fifth, as they all start to close up on each other and start to merge up, but there's no real battles starting to form. They're starting to form, but they're not happening just as yet. Bazinga holds its advantage, and it looks like the two Infinity Decal driver are starting to close up on each other, and it's a bit of a missed apex there from Steve Stones and Radaban. They will be closing up on him. Bazinga holds on to the lead. Through they go as they come towards the last sector of the lap, through the pre-section of the GP circuit. So Bazinga lead, Steve Stone second, then comes Radaban, Marshall, Fat Pickles Bro, Racing Snake, Equal Pants and Pilo. That is your top 8 at the moment. So they exit the main straight and now into Paddock Hill for the second time. And Radaban's under pressure from Marshall. Marshall looking up the inside into turn 2. Into Druids and gets through, and Fat Pickles Pro looking to get involved as well as they go through the left hand of Graham Hill Bends, and now into Surtees. And Radaban is under pressure now from Fat Pickles Pro, and he's got also Equal Pants there as well, so too is Pilo and Racing Snake. Adam MVP looking to get involved as well. But side by side is Fat Pickles and Radaban, and Radaban gets done round the outside. One move from Fat Pickles round the outside, as there's a couple of drivers on the grass. Adam MVP on the grass there, and now Eagle Pants goes up the inside of Radaban. Big moment there from Eagle Pants, and it looks like there's a lot more going on, as well as there's 3 or 4 abreast there, as one driver's on the grass, someone else is on the grass, someone's going for a spin, and I think we're going to have a look at the replay. Here's KB, and he's in the slipstream and goes up the inside of a driver there. Adam MVP goes sideways, and a bit of contact there, and he's on the grass, and he goes round. So KB goes for a spin. Here's Toolstu, so he's just got done by LSO and KB. Adam MVP has his moment, and they're all trying to find a way by. He goes half on the grass. I think there was contact there between himself and KB, and that was KB going on the grass. Now Adam MVP clips the front of Racing Snake, goes slightly sideways, and then LS Deno helps him out even more, but he just about holds on. Let's have a look. So Racing Snake goes up his inside, he makes contact there, and then bounces back into the path of LS Deno, and then manages to hold on and just loses a couple of places to TKM Spadders and M&T Samuel, who has just managed to find the smallest of gaps and get there. But here's Equal Pants, 5th spot, the pole position driver from race 1, the Pro-Am driver, and hopefully he'll be looking for a better result after a disappointing end to race 1. He's in a good position here. He's got 4 drivers up ahead of Bazinga, Steve Stones, Marshalls and Fat Pickles. So he's chasing the 2 Infinity Decals driver with the JCB driver just in behind Pilo, and it's going to be interesting this race because it's all about strategy and picking your places as racing snake is under an awful lot of pressure from the 2 pro drivers of TK Spanners and M&T Samuel in the background. But it looks like we might have a battle brewing between the 2 Infinity Decals driver of Marshall and Fat Pickles Bro and Eagle Pants, and Pilo is also closing up as well, so we might have a 4-way battle for 3rd spot. And this is what this race is going to be about. It's going to be just a bit of cat and mouse with drivers trying to overtake drivers and then gap the faster drivers who are coming from the back. And he's going to try, and there's Equal Pants looking towards the inside into the last corner of Clark Curve, and then down the Brabham Straight towards Paddock Hill, dropping down the dip and then back up the rise towards Druids. And Marshall is starting to get a bit of a bottleneck for the drivers in behind. Fat Pickles is the first one to try and take advantage, but as I've said before, it's a very difficult track to try and take advantages. And TK Spadders is looking up the inside also as Racer Stake into Surtees and gets the move done, and Samuel's going to be looking for a way by, and it's been a good exit there from Fat Pickles Bro as they come down the Pilgrim drop and towards Hawthorne. And round the outside through Hawthorne, and he gets through. What a move there from the Infinity Decals driver into 3rd, and Eagle Pants looking to make the move up the inside into the right hand and gets through, so he's up into 4th as they now swing towards, on the grass there from Eagle Pants, and he's off. He's onto the gravel and through Sheeney's. He's had to go off, and that's unfortunate as Marshall gets a bit sideways there on the exit of Sterling's and gets done from TK Spadders and Racing Stake, and Samuel's looking to get involved as well, but actually Racing Stake and Marshall are still side by side. But he doesn't get any luck, does he, Eagle Pants? He gets pole and he's like, this is going to be a good race. Gets involved in incidences in the first one, which can't be helped, and then this time just gets slightly too wide in that corner. If you really clip the grass coming into there, there's not really much getting out of it, to be honest. Here's Steve Stones, now under pressure from Fat Pickles Bro, who was on track for maybe even a top 3 finish in race 1 after, but then got a little bit sideways on the exit of Graham Hill and ended up taking TK Spadders with him, who ended up actually straightening him out slightly, but he still ended up with the 5th spot, which is a very, very good result in race 1, which no reverse grids. It's just mainly based on pure pace, and that's very respectable results and beating a number of pro drivers. And he's now trying to challenge for P2 off Steve Stones, who's now is the bottleneck. So Fat Pickles Bro coming into on the slipstream, coming into Clark Curve once more. Now down the Brabham Straight to complete lap number 5, and up the inside goes Fat Pickles, and Pilo's trying to follow through, and TK Spadders will be looking to get involved as well. Good move there from Fat Pickles Bro. Pilo's up the inside into Druids, and so too through is TK Spadders, and now Samuel's looking to get involved as well. So Steve Stones just lost a few places in a couple of corners, and now Samuel's looking towards the inside into Surtees, but can't get there, and Steve Stones covers the inside line slightly into Surtees, and then now go on to this straight through Pilgrim's Drop and towards Hawthorne. Looking round the outside is M&T Samuel. Can he outbrake and go all the way around the outside? Yes, he can. The Mentalism driver, the championship leader, the rookie in his first season in this championship, is now up into 5th spot with an amazing move around the outside through Hawthorn. Not an easy corner to go around the outside on, but he's managed to do it, and now focuses his attention back to, guess who? TK Splatters. He's been trying to chase him down all race so far. They've been following each other through the traffic, and now TK Splatters is all over the back of Pilo and will be looking to take the podium position away from him as they come through Paddock Hill once more, and just about holding on is Pilo. And we're starting to get towards the third of the way through this race, and still we've got Bazinga, who's leading the race, and it's been a good drive from him so far. He's kept it clean and consistent, and has held his ground there in the lead as Tegan Spadders now takes 3rd place away from Pilo. It looked very easy, and might have even been a little bit of letting by from Pilo, which isn't a bad idea to not fight the faster drivers, because they're going to get through eventually, you would have thought, unless they make mistakes. As Adam MVP's up the inside of Marshall trying to go around the outside through Hawthorn, and then that opened the door for Adam MVP to get him into the next right-hander of Westfield Bend, as they now come through the left-hander of Sterling's and down clear ways towards Clark Curve, and Steve Stones holds on to 6th spot, but he's got Adam MVP, the single Godfrey's driver this weekend, on him, and Ellis Steno's looking up the inside of Racing Snake. Is that? Yeah, it is. So Steve Stone's up the inside of Racing Snake. Ellis Steno up the inside of Racing Snake and gets the job done, and Marshall's dropped down to 10th spot. So not sure what quite happened there, but he's dropped down a couple of places behind Racing Snake and Ellis Steno. And Adam MVP, now he's looking to try and challenge the driver of Steve Stones for 6th spot. Oh, and it looks like the battle for the lead is now starting to spice up, as Bazinga is trying to defend from Fat Pickles Bro. He's defending to the inside, and Fat Pickles is looking for a good exit and looking towards the inside here. Can he get the move done? No, he gets a bit of a moment there, and Tegan Spadders is now trying to challenge into the next right-hander. Can he get there? No, he can't at the moment, and now into the left of Sterling's. Bazinga holds on with Fat Pickles in second, Tegan Spadders. Then comes Pilo, M&T Samuel. That is your top 5. Is up the inside, goes Samuel on Pilo into Clark Curve. Can he get the job done? Well, Pilo still has the momentum, and they're side by side down the main straight, but Fat Pickles looking towards the outside, coming into Paddock Hill, and he's looking to go around the outside through Paddock Hill. Can he get the job done? He looks like he might have. Yes, he's got the job done. So Fat Pickles through into the lead as Bazinga's dropped down into 2nd place. Tegan Spadders now trying to challenge for 3rd. But what move there from Fat Pickles Bro, and he's managed to make his way past Bazinga and now hold the lead, and will be now trying to stretch his legs and build a gap over the Santa Cruz driver. So the Infinity Decals now leads the way in the face of Fat Pickles Bro, with Bazinga looking to challenge into Hawthorn but can't get there, or maybe he was trying to defend from TK Spadders. Samuel has managed to make his way past Pilo, so he'll be once again turning his attention to TK Spadders, and this is exactly what I mean by a game of cat and mouse. TK Spadders passes someone, tries to gap M&T Samuel, and then Samuel does, and then now tries to catch TK Spadders. It's just and it's going to be very interesting to see as TK Spadders is looking towards the inside, maybe into the last corner of Clark Curve, but can't get there, and is looking to do the switchback but can't get alongside, or well, he is slightly alongside towards Paddock Hill but can't get there, and he doesn't decide to try and outbrake into Paddock Hill. But what about Druids, as the driver's already made it into the pit lane? So TK Spadders trying to challenge into Druids. Can he get there? No, not at the moment. M&T Samuel's also looking for an opportunity as they exit Druids and into Graham Hill Bend, but Bazinga holding second place at the moment with TK and Spatters. M&T Samuel and Pilo chasing. Santa Cruz driver versus TKM driver versus Mentalism driver versus the JCB driver. That is your top 5 with Adam MVP there in 6th, Ellis Deno in 7th, and I think that's Steve Stones there in 8th. As TK and Spatters defending from M&T Samuel, and Samuel will be trying to go around the outside through Hawthorne, but can't get there at the moment as they swing now into the next right hander of Westfield and swinging through Dingledale and towards Sheeney's. TK and Spatters, they're in 3rd, just behind Bazinga and M&T Samuel, slightly on the grass on the exit of Sheeney's and into Sterling's. Holding on is Bazinga, just about of 2nd place. We're 10 laps into the race, so just about coming into the halfway point of the race. 14 minutes have gone, so 16 left to go, and Bazinga just about holding the advantage. TK and Spatters trying to close up, looking towards the inside into Druids, and he's got there just about, and M&T Samuel's looking to get involved as well. That's looking very close between, Samuel's on the grass, not sure what happened there. Maybe there's a bit of contact between himself and TK and Spatters, but he's dropped down into 5th spot and he's got a bit of ground to catch back up to 2nd, 3rd and 4th. Not quite sure what happened there as he goes through 30s, but Samuel's dropped down into 5th spot. But here is Bazinga after losing 2nd place from TK and Spatters. Now we'll have Pilo chasing him down as they come through Hawthorne and towards the right hander of Westfield, and Bazinga has now got the JCB driver all over him for 3rd spot. It's been a good drive from Bazinga. He's halfway through the race, he's still at the narrow end, but of course we have got tyre wear and fuel consumption enabled, so it's also depending on who's used the most fuel. And they swing through Clark Curve and onto the Bradman Straight once more to complete lap 11 of, well, we'll wait and see, I guess. So through turn 1, Bazinga holding the lead at the moment, and now into Druids, and he's not been gapped yet from TK and Spatters, so it's still got that slight bit of slipstream, but it's a bit of a bad exit there. And then M&T Samuel's now on them, so Samuel will be looking to challenge back on Pilo and try and chase and then make the move on Bazinga as he's looking towards the inside into Surtees and gets the job done, so he's up into 4th spot. He'll be looking to make his move on Bazinga as they go down the hill, down Pilgrim's Drop and towards Hawthorne, through the long right hander of Hawthorne, keeping it nice and planted from mid corner onwards, and then into Westfield. He's just about holding 3rd place as Bazinga, and he's keeping it clean. He's not made any mistakes. He's just keeping his own pace, which whenever there's more experienced drivers coming through, it's very easy to try and push to their pace and then make mistakes. He's just kept his own pace, and it's allowed him to stay near the front as he's into the pits. Bazinga's in. And so too is Fat Picklesbro. So Fat Picklesbro is also in the pit from the lead, so he's trying to prevent the undercut from TK and Spatters on the fresh tyres. He has changed tyres, and here is now the battle for 2nd with M&T Samuel just ahead of Pilo, and he's going to be trying to chase down TK and Spatters as they swing through Graham Hill, and it's slightly wide through Graham Hill from Samuel, and inventing a new track layout it looks like as they come through Surtees, and Pilo is just sitting there in the slipstream. I don't think he's looking to make an overtake, but once again TK and Spatters and M&T Samuel are in a fight for the race victory, it seems. Fat Picklesbro also, I think, will be a factor as he was ahead of TK and Spatters before they pitted. It just depends on fuel level, etc, etc. But Samuel there just ahead of Pilo, and I reckon they'll all be coming into the pits at the end of this lap. So through the left-hander and towards the final corner of Clark Curve, and Samuel there in second spot. Tegan Spiders is in, so too is Samuel, so too is Pilo. As they all come into the pits now, and Tegan Spiders, he's changing tyres. Well, Samuel's not changed tyres. Oh, this is interesting. So Samuel is going for track position rather than overall pace. Tegan Spiders wants the tyres and wants the grip at the end. So now this has just turned into a massive game of chess. Tegan Spiders with fresh tyres, and so too is Fat Picklesbro. I'm guessing also Pilo as well. All of them fresh tyres. All will be chasing down M&T Samuel with tyres that have done the whole race distance. Will they be able to hold on? Will they fall off the cliff? Or will Tegan Spiders have enough? Will these guys have enough pace to close them down? Well, before Spiders chases down the lead, the net race leader of M&T Samuel, he's got to get past Fat Picklesbro, and he's all over the back of him as he heads into Hawthorne. No manoeuvre as of yet, as he now come towards Westfield Bend, taking a lot of curb as much as you dare towards Sheeney's, as they come through Dingledale and now into Sheeney's. Well, so when Tegan Spiders looking for it, he was put it in his nose there, making sure he's known. As Fat Pickles defends towards the inside into Clark Curve, so Tegan Spiders has to go to the outside as LS Deno, Adam MVP, and Tall Stu all go into the pits, and Tegan Spiders is looking towards the inside into Paddock Hill Bend. Side by side, and he's got the inside line and will take the lead. Will Fat Pickles fight back into Druids? Tegan Spiders covers it off. Now that is the gap that Tegan Spiders has to close up, and actually looking at that gap, I reckon he didn't fuel up as much as Tegan Spiders either, as they come through Graham Hill Bend. And here is Tall Stu. Now Tall Stu's got a good advantage on LS Steno and Adam MVP. Will he be trying to chase down Pilo, I wonder? He's not too far adrift from him, so it looks like there's a race on for fourth spot, because Tall Stu has shown a lot of pace, and he's actually currently got the fastest lap as it stands. So he'll be looking to chase down Pilo, will the MAS driver, in fifth spot, and trying to fix what has been a bit of a disappointing weekend for them, with a known pace from Tall Stu, and also Ecopant managed to get the pole position, but they just haven't had the results that they really deserve, to be honest. They deserve to be much further up there, as Ecopants is there sitting in ninth spot. I mean, his pace just is a lot higher than ninth, but he's just been put there just by a tiniest mistake, one of these mistakes. And let's be honest, every driver on this grid has probably made that mistake, just going slightly wide on the exit of Dingledales, and just being on the grass through Sheeney's. And it's such an easy thing to do, but here is race second place man trying to chase down race leader just in front of us. There is Tegan Spiders. He's got Fat Picklesbro trying to hold on to his slipstream, but Tegan Spiders is a man on a mission at the moment. He's trying to chase down that gap from M&T Samuel, who is currently leading the way through the right-hander of Westfield and now into Sheeney's. And Tegan Spiders will be testing every single limit of the circuit and the car. And now down clearways and towards Clark Curve. Through Clark Curve now. And that is obviously what happened, where all the chaos endured in the Indy circuit race, our first round, and looked like it was a bit wide there through first corner, unless it was just a kick off sparks from M&T Samuel. through Paddock Hill, and now into Drew is TK Spatters, and Fat Pickle's trying to hang on, but it's a little bit of a twitch there. It's TK Spatters goes purple to the first sector, and towards, that's a bit wide there actually, from Pilo in the background through Graham Hill, and he's struggling to keep with the pace of second and third place of TK Spatters. And Fat Pickle's growing. Fat Pickles is doing quite well for himself here in third spot. Is up for a good, but there's Pilo, Tall Stu ever closing with Ellis standing there in sixth, Adam MvP in seventh, then comes Bazinga, Equal Pants there in ninth spot, just ahead of Marshall, or starting to stretch his lead. Racing Snake, now I'm not quite sure what's happened to Racing Snake, but he's in 11th with Ralaban in 12th, and so something must have happened to those two, because Ralaban and Racing Snake weren't that far adrift from these guys. But Tall Stu trying to edge in on Pilo. Let's see if he can close the gap. Now we're on board here with TK Spatters as they come towards Paddock Hill Bend in fifth gear, dropping it down to fourth, then third, a little bit of twitch on the apex, or coming into the apex, clipping the curb and running out to the exit curb. Now into Drury's early turning to reduce the drop away of the track on the outside on the exit. Now swinging towards Graham Hill Bend, braking just on the start of the curb, clipping the curb on the inside, and then running out onto the exit curb. And now second gear for Surtees just before the start of the curb, just at the 15-metre board, and then using all the track on the exit. And TK Spatters is now going to start to get a slight toe from M&T Samuel to drop down the hill towards Hawthorne. And let's say braking very late, dropping to fourth, third momentarily, then back up to fourth, down to third for this right-hander, using as much track as he dares, as he now comes into Sheenies, dropping back to third, taking a lot of curb. Fourth, third, set down to second, getting the nose back in and back on the power, third, into fourth, and he's in the slipstream and in the toe of M&T Samuel. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we have a race for the lead with Samuel versus Spatters, as TK Spatters, I think, is going to be going purple this lap across the line. Yep, that's a new fastest lap with a 1:23.1 from TK Spatters, as he now tries to mount his attack on M&T Samuel. Samuel trying to cover off TK Spatters into Druids. They're still side by side through Druids as M&T Samuel tries to outbrake him. And now he's got the inside line into Graham Hill Bend. He manages to hold on around the outside through Druids, and as going through Graham Hill, he manages to hold on to the lead into Surtees, and he covers slightly to the inside to stop attacking TK Spatters from getting through. Now down the Pilgrims drop towards Hawthorne, and up the inside goes TK Spatters, and M&T Samuel will be trying to go around the outside and manages to hold on around the outside through Hawthorne, and now looking to go around the outside through Westfield, but doesn't manage to hold on. TK Spatters manages to get the lead. Now the question is, will Samuel be able to hold on and then challenge for another position? Will TK Spatters be able to stretch his legs? That is the question. TK Spatters trying his best to break the toe here. We come towards the last couple of laps of the race, completing lap number 19, and Spatters holds on to his advantage. Crossing the line once more, TK Spatters leads away. M&T Samuel second. Fat Pickles Bro is not too far away there in third. Fourth position is now Tall Stu, so he's managed to get past Pilo in the process, but Tall Stu hasn't shock him off. And actually Pilo looks like he's now on the attack of Tall Stu. The MAS driver is now under pressure from the JCB driver, and look who's closing in is LS Dano, the Bioparcel driver, race 1 winner and season 1 winner. Let's not forget about that, the first season victor. And the newly rebanded Bioparcel team is trying to chase down Pilo and Ickle Pants as they come through Hawthorne. Tall Stu, can he shake off Pilo? Not too sure, but they come through Westfield and then swinging through Dingledale towards Sheeney's. Toolstew just about holding on, and Pilo is just looking for a way by at the moment on the exit of Sterling's and down clearways towards Clark Curve. So Toolstew there in 4th spot with Pilo trying to challenge into the first corner of Paddock Hill. Adam MvP's had a dart into the pit, so he's obviously not got enough fuel to make it to the end. Toolstew trying to hold on for 4th spot. Pilo's not having anything of it through Graham Hill, and a bit of a moment there on the exit from LS Deno as he's trying to chase down these guys. As we are on the penultimate lap here, Toolstew trying to hold on. Once that clock hits 30 minutes, that means once you cross the line, that's your race over. As Pilo goes around the outside, coming towards Hawthorne. So Stu's obviously struggling for fuel wise. LS Deno's now darting to the inside into Westfield, and now has the inside as they swing through Dingledale and towards Sheeney's and gets by. So Toolstew loses a couple of places in a couple of corners as they now come through Sterling's, and Pino looks like he's got a bit of a gap, and actually I think it's going to be quite close whether they can cross the line for another lap through the last corner. And LS Deno darts into the pit lane, but Pilo just about holding on for 4th spot. Will he cross the line? Yes, he does for another lap, but Toolstew doesn't. So that means LS Deno went into the pits for no apparent reason. Here's TK Spadders holding on to the lead with M&T Samuel in 2nd. Fat Pigglesborough is in 3rd in the background with these off. Apart from Pilo, these are the only 3 drivers that have actually got another lap to do, as they're on the last lap, and TK Spadders has still not shook off M&T Samuel as they go down the Pilgrim's Drop towards Hawthorne, and Samuel doesn't look like he's close enough to challenge yet, but he's still. It looks like Tegan Spadders might be a little bit low on fuel or something, because Samuel is closing as they come through Westfield, and Samuel trying his best to get the most out of those used tyres. You can see that he's struggling more with grip than TK Spadders, but TK Spadders looks like he's struggling more with fuel, and also you've got the slipstream aiding M&T Samuel as well, as they now come through clearways and towards the last corner. It looks like Spadders might have it as they swing through Clark Curve and down the Brabham Straight for the last time, and TK Spadders will take the victory with M&T Samuel coming home in 2nd and Fat Pigglesborough in 3rd.